Phil. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Presidancing. Presidancing. Ooh. Presidancing. Mm-hmm. Well, I think how we're gonna do it here now. Don't. Hold on. Yeah, it's like Phil doesn't. Phil doesn't check in for a few days because Phil's 92 years old, my old neighbor, and all that. So, yeah, some people, they're kind of rude. They go, "He's still alive?" That's kind of rude. That guy's still alive? That's kind of rude, folks. Not yet, not you guys, but the people who say that he's still alive. Yeah, he tries to hang on to dear life every single day. Tries to pump another one out. Try to eke another day out, another week out, another month out, maybe even another year out. But one day, Reaper's coming to claim us all. Yeah. So men and women, they tried de facto immortality, which is having children. Obviously. That's de facto immortality. It's not real immortality, at least, So, but you're like, but a man and a woman, they go, I got 5 kids, and my family name will carry on to the generations. So it's a de facto immortality. It doesn't mean they live. It just means their children and their family name lives. Their genetics pass on to the next generation. That generation of people doesn't live forever, even if they go to church or something like that. Doesn't matter. The ending of life is death. So having children is a de facto immortality. It means you're transferring genes to the new generation in the hopes that they may survive, that your family and your name survives into future generations. It's just a hope. It's just a prayer. It doesn't mean it's really going to occur long term. What, that asteroid's coming in 2032? Well, that's what everybody hopes, right? Yeah. That's what everybody hopes. That's okay. People need to believe in the future. Yeah. Since I'm a millennial, at the turn of the millennial, everybody was dreaming about the future, talking about the future. Man, the computers. The future, it's coming. Yay. Wow, the information superhighway. We're going to be so happy. Yeah, everybody was so excited about the future. Now look at them. They're like, oh, shit. Now take a look at all the people excited about the future. Now look at them. We're going to have an Abraham egg and cheese sandwich for Abraham Lincoln President's Day. We're going to wash it down with some WashingTea, some George WashingTea. Yeah, this. Dun, dun. Yeah, that man who's trying to live forever is going to die. Yeah. The man who tried to live forever still died. But he tried, though. This is the most important part. President's Day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Get your Presidents on. I haven't created, a President's music video. I just really like, it's so short, the President's Day. It's so short. It's just so quick. It's like, well, I mean, I guess it was President's Day weekend, but it was really Valentine's Day weekend, right? Well, it's President's Day / Valentine's. I don't know. It just doesn't seem, it's just so quick. It's like, hey, President's Day, and then it's gone. It's like, man. I mean, I guess technically President's Day is long if you count Abraham Lincoln's birthday, February 12th, all the way to George Washington's birthday, February 22nd. Yeah. I guess I just didn't feel like putting together a President's music video with all the 47 presidents. Just didn't feel like it. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Butt cheeks. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Yeah, my neighbors are investing, my old neighbors, they're investing so much time and money and energy to try and their realtor. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Welcome to Pizza Hut. So they're making all this noise. They're replacing the fences. They're repainting the inside. They're trying to make this place look absolutely gorgeous. So it is so. Yeah. So they can get their money. But what if the housing market's slow? And what if it doesn't sell very fast? Yeah, sometimes that happens too. You have a snag in selling your home. People really can't afford to buy a home these days, right? It's like a pretty bad market since people can't afford anything. People can't even afford eggs, right? So after the Biden-Harris administration, so it's like, oh man. The Biden-Harris administration, what is it going to go down as? It's not going to be the worst presidency in history. It's just going to be like number 2. Yeah, then Jimmy Carter is going to be number 3. Jimmy Farter. The guy's presidency was so bad, he had to spend the rest of his life trying to make up for it. Try to save some kind of legacy. Jimmy Farter The man who gave away the Panama Canal. What a fucking idiot. What a piece of shit. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Jimmy Farter was a fucking idiot. Piece of shit. Ooh. Who gave away the Panama Canal so the motherfucking Chinese communists could take it over. Fuck Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Farter was a piece of shit. So James Buchanan is regarded by historians and a lot of Americans as the worst American president in all of American history. Just simply by the fact that he allowed the United States to enter into the Civil War. So he didn't do anything to halt that process of the nation destroying itself from the inside, ripping itself, tearing itself asunder, you know. Yeah. Well, usually if you have one of the worst presidents, then you can get one of the best presidents right after that. Typically. Yeah. Let's get this. We're going to have the Abraham Lincoln sandwich. Ham and cheese sandwich. Let's go ahead and put this butter in here. So the chef, Anthony Bourdain, he said, somebody asked him, how come restaurant food tastes so much better than home-cooked food? And he said, copious amounts of salt and pepper or salt and butter. Yeah, that's fine. So basically he's saying that restaurant food tastes so good because it has ridiculous amounts of salt and butter and fat and stuff that tastes really good, but it's not good for people. But that tastes really good, yeah. So he's admitting the real deal. Admitting the truth of why fast food and restaurant food tastes better. Yeah. Because most of the time it's not good for people. But maybe it's better than processed food, you know? So. All right. So James Buchanan usually gets worst president of history for failing to avert or do anything about the impending doom of civil war in the United States. Joe Biden often claims the number 2 spot. Because he was such a corrupt, incompetent, and senile bastard. And rigged and stole the presidency in suspicious circumstances, using a Chinese coronavirus global pandemic plague. So came to power under very suspicious, very nefarious circumstances, actually. Or as Carrie Lake of Arizona would say, 81 million votes my ass. All right. Some copious amounts of butter. Makes it better on President's Day. Yay, yay. Get your Presidance on. Is there going to be a Presidance party tonight? Presidance party? Probably not. I have more interesting plans than just having a drunkaroo. So I'd like to preserve my organs for, if I make it to that 92 or 80 or something like that, then I could preserve all my organs, and then I won't have to be crippled for my last years and just be crippled in a chair like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have drank so much whiskey. And you just be like crippled in a chair, not being able to hardly even take a shit by yourself. And so to avoid that kind of fate, I guess it's better to start, doing a little bit more health-wise stuff now. Now, it's hard for some people, but the easiest thing you could do to try to live longer, but not forever, is to, obviously stop smoking, stop drinking. That's it. Boom. That's just step one. Oh. I know this is revolutionary to some people out there. Going sober. I know. It's just protecting your hello, future me, It's like, hello, future self. It's just a love letter to your future self. So instead of being crippled in a chair when you're older because you drank too much or smoked too much or whatever, it's kind of cool to be able to take a shit by yourself when you're 80 or be able to walk to go check the mail. Something like that. It's nice. Now, you could not drink and smoke and still have a stroke and be crippled anyway, or have a debilitating disease anyway, even if you did stop. Shit could still happen. But we're talking about preventative medicine. We're talking about lowering risks early, before. We're talking about before the shit hits the fan, have a plan. And that's, that is not what I intended there. Thing just fell apart and shit. Oh my God. Oh. It was too much butter and it soaked the bread and then it fucking, damn it. All right. Yeah, we have to do a sandwich repair. Okay. We have to do an emergency sandwich surgery. Are we going to be able to fix it? I think we can turn it up. We got to... Okay. Oh, and the ranch soaked the bread. Silly me. I soaked it too much. All right. I got it wet. Ooh. Yeah. No Presidance party tonight. So we're about to go into a freeze in Houston, Texas. And so going to get all prepared for the freeze, for the rains, and all that stuff. Ooh. Abraham Lincoln and cheese and egg sandwich. Yeah, this would be kind of like a brunch, I guess they call it, a breakfast lunch. I know, I realized if I exercised willpower, then I would be the master of my own life and my own house. If I just exercised some discipline and willpower. And if I just increased that. So that means saying no to drugs or alcohol or whatever the case may be. So, yeah. I know that's difficult for some people to stop smoking because you're addicted. I mean, the corporation made people addicted to it. I mean, they wrote it into the script that people were addicted. They put the nicotine chemical into the fucking tobacco, so people started smoking. It was hard to stop. And so, but they could avert heart disease or maybe lung cancer or emphysema or some horrible thing if they would just stop smoking. But they can't, because if they stop, see what happens is if you smoke and you get the nicotine chemical and then you are addicted, then it's hard to stop, because then when you stop, you're going to say, oh man, I really want a cigarette, because your neurochemicals are going to tell you you want the nicotine, and then you're going to start acting pissy, and you're going to start having anxiety. You're going to start, who knows, maybe your heart's going to race, maybe whatever, So you're going to start tripping. Maybe not as bad as opium or heroin, not as bad as that, where you're all bedridden and all and that kind of shit. Man, you are fucking up this sandwich hard, dude. It was just too fucking. I don't care. I'm just gonna make some shit. I don't care if it's fucked up. I don't care. I'm gonna defy the fucking problems. I'm gonna fucking rebel against the fucking problems. Not that I don't acknowledge that the problems don't exist. Rather, I just deal with it. So if the bread's all fucked up, I don't care. I'm just gonna put eggs on it. Fuck it. I would prefer absolute perfection. But in the absence of perfection, I choose direction. All right. So if anybody in the family is still addicted to cigarettes, if they stop quitting smoking, they would say, why isn't this done? They'll go into a bad mood. And they would start yelling, being short with you, all miserable. And they'd be acting all, like a drug addict having withdrawals. And, so quitting drinking is not so easy, because maybe you're like, hey, life's kind of tough. Pass me the bourbon. Okay, so that's so easy. You just get bourbon, and then you go, and so that's it's maybe not as hard as quitting cigarettes, but it's like, alcohol is ubiquitous in American and world, in a lot of cultures, or drinking cultures. So, yeah. Showing discipline in that regard, when you want to have social occasions or dances or parties, there's going to be typically alcohol everywhere. Bars, clubs, get-togethers, friends, family, unless they all quit or something. But usually people just quit drinking to live longer. They didn't quit it because they didn't enjoy it. That's the problem. Why can we not be sober, Tool says? Why can't we not live forever? Why can't we just drink forever? I just want to start this over. I want what I want. I want what I want. Why can't we not be sober? Just want to start this over. Why can't we drink forever? Yeah, this one's stuck. We got fucked. put the bread pieces on that shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So how fucked up it is, Don. Yeah, Tool Undertow. Yeah, that was great, huh? Yeah. Sober, the song, yeah. Since we fucked up our Abraham and cheese sandwich, we're gonna put the eggs on top. We're just gonna, we kind of turned the bread into hash browns on accident. So, oh well. It is what it is, as the ancient philosopher used to say. I will find the center in you. I will chew it up and bleed. What about Eulogy from Inema, 1996? Yeah, that's a great album too. When Tool made awesome albums back in those good old days. He had a lot to say. He had a lot of nothing to say. We'll miss him. We're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him. Kind of sounds like Kashmir from Led Zeppelin a little bit, but like alternative metal. Calm down, get off your fucking cross. We could use the fucking space to nail the next full mother. Dun, 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 dun. Of course, I can't play the music because that's a copyright deal. So. So I really liked Opiate, and then Undertow was a big hit, and then Inema just floored me and my friends when we were teenagers. We just adored it. We just crack open the beers and listen to it on the old boombox CD player like all the time. And then, I mean, just Tool all the time. It was just Tool time, like Tim Allen and like the show, Tool Time and Home Improvement. Yeah. And then at the turn of the century, I bought Tool Lateralis, and that was amazing. Me and my friends really loved that too. And then Tool didn't release a record for a long time because James Maynard Keenan was doing other projects like, I guess, Pussifer and Perfect Circle and all this other stuff. He didn't want to be locked down just in Tool stuff. So. Dun, dun. So then around 2006, I buy 10,000 Days, So I buy 10,000 Days, a chronicle of James Maynard Keenan's mother dying of cancer. That's why it's called 10,000 Days. So apparently it was about his mother dying, her 10,000 days battling cancer, and then until her death. Apparently that's why it was called 10,000 Days. So the record was, yeah, this is where Tool kind of spins out and they start repeating their past glories, and they don't really. But before then, they were like the Beatles, innovating at every turn. They were like, you couldn't wait to hear the next record because it was going to blow your socks off, every single one. Yeah. And then this one was just like copy and paste, kind of. I didn't really like 10,000 Days. So it was all right. Then, yeah. Then in 2007, I come back from Arkansas, where I was living and working at the time. And I come back and I hook up with some middle school chick. And she says, hey, I can't go to Tool. Can you take these tickets? And I got tickets for 2, but I can't make it. Like her date bounced on her or something. So I was like, sure. I was like, so I knew this old drummer from this band that was the band still together at that time? Maybe the band hadn't broke up yet. And yeah, so I got this. So this dude Jason, this drummer, I said, hey man, you want to go see Tool at the Toyota Center or something? And he's like, sure. So we go to the Tool concert, man. Tool.
Serial killer ever seen. They're operating purely on rage and bloodlust. The hunting party tonight on the BC. When our cool shiny truck arrives at your house, it's a sign of a new beginning.
Yeah, the news is about to come on. Yeah, there was a lot of shootings in Houston, Texas. It wasn't exactly the weekend of love, as we had all hoped. Let's pour that good washing tea. Here's to George WashingTea.
Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, not fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Yeah, it was kind of epic. One of my favorite groups, seeing them live. And yeah, just after growing up with Tool as a teenager and all the way until young adulthood and then finally seeing Tool live, it was, we're just going to mix this up because it just all messed up into an amoebic-like structure anyways. We don't have a sandwich anymore. It's a crash witch. A sandwich catastrophe. Oh well, it'll still be good. Yeah. Still be good in the hood. All right, let's hear about the shootings